Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This week we're looking at Psalm 97. Today, verses 9 and 10. So if you have your Bible there, why don't you open it up and find your place here in the Bible Bistro. Get yourself something hot or cold to drink and sit down together. We'll just read the Bible and look at Psalm 97, verses 9 and 10. Now, yesterday, we talked about the second verse in the part we read yesterday, verse 8, is a statement to the Lord. The people are thankful. Zion heard and was glad. The daughters of Judah rejoiced because, why did they rejoice? Why were they glad? Because of thy judgments, O Lord. Judgments against what? Judgments against all those that serve graven images. They are confounded. Those who boast themselves of idols. And the Lord made a command. Worship him, all ye gods. That was the command. And the daughter of Zion was glad because of that. Of course, that's just hand in hand with, their worship. They know the Lord is going to judge the people in the righteousness, and he's going to correct all those things that are incorrect amongst the people. And so Zion hears this, the daughters of Judah rejoice because God's judgments have been given. Today we come to verses 9 and 10. For thou, Lord, art high above all the earth. Thou art exalted far above all gods. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. He preserveth the souls of his saints. He delivereth them out of the hand of the wicked. You'll notice we have gods here again. We had it there in verse 7. And of course, idols as well. This idea of the other gods has been important and is one of those connecting themes that stitches together these psalms. So if you go back and look at 96, 95, 94, you'll see this idea of God being king over all the gods. Actually, it may extend further back than that. But here in this little section that we're talking about, this orphanage of the Psalter, we have some themes that kind of connect these psalms together. And I haven't said this in a while, but if you watch the psalms, there are words that will appear, just one or two words that will appear thematically in one psalm and then in the next psalm. And then in that psalm, it might appear in the next psalm, or there may be another word that is duplicated and appears in the psalm that follows. These psalms are nicely stitched together by the Spirit of God so that we can see themes that run through them, so that we can learn, right? This is all a teaching tool. That's exactly what it is. And so this idea about the gods, we understand from all that we have read, that God is over all of them. They're not gods. They're just pretend because men have made them that. Men say, oh, now this is my God. This is my fish God. This is my mountain God. This is my goat God, whatever it is. But the Lord, what does he say here in verse 9? You are high above all the earth, exalted far above all the gods. So no matter what it is out there that calls itself God, there is only one. And he alone is God. You, Lord, are high above all the earth, exalted above all the gods. And then notice verse 10. We go from the heathen in verse 7 to the saints in verse 10. And now from here on, 10, 11, and 12, in this psalm, we're going to talk about the saints and God's care of them and his blessing on them. Notice verse 10. Ye that love the Lord hate evil. Notice how love and hate are set side by side here. These are contract words. These are covenant words. Loving the Lord means cleaving to him, but it also means hating evil. So we discriminate against those things that are evil. Okay, so who decides what evil is? The Lord does. The one who reigns, the one who sits on that throne, the one whose presence causes the hills to melt. He is allowed to say what's good and what's bad, what is holy and what is evil. He preserves the soul of his saints. I see here's that care of the Lord for his people. He's not confounding them. No, he's preserving them. You see, and that's repeated here. He delivers them out of the hand of the wicked. So the Lord confounds those that serve graven images, that boast themselves of idols. But what does He do for His saints? He preserves their souls, and He delivers them from the hand of the wicked. Love the Lord, hate evil, and this is what's going to happen to the saints who are in the earth. All right, well, I went over a little bit today. Join me again tomorrow. We'll look at verses 11 and 12 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.